Welcome to Learner's Planet, my dear children. This is quiz session about safety and first aid. So children, let's start with the first activity, that is fill in the blanks. So children, I'll read the sentences for you and you have to guess the correct answer from the given options in the bracket. So children, we'll start with the first one. We should use dash to cross the road. Yes children, what will be the correct answer? Just see the options and guess the correct answer. Should we use subway to cross the road or cycle to cross the road? Yes children, we studied about this, that we should cross the road only at zebra crossings, or we can also use footbridge or subway. Alright children, so what will be the answer? Yes, we should use subway to cross the road. Alright children, now the next one. Dash should be put on the burnt area. So what should be put on the burnt area? Should we put ice pack or salt? What should be put immediately on the burnt area so that it can heal faster? Should we put ice pack or salt? Yes, we should put or we should keep an ice pack on the burnt area to heal it faster. Alright children, now the next one. We should throw vegetable peels in the dash. So, should we throw vegetable and fruit peels in the sink or waste basket? Which will be the correct one children? You eat vegetable and fruits every day, right? And where do you throw its peels? Yes, we should throw vegetable and the fruit peels in the waste basket, not in the sink. Alright children, so always remember this. Now the next one. Minor cuts should be wiped with cotton dipped in dash. Yes children, if any person is injured with only a minor cut, means a very small cut, then he should or she should be wiped with the cotton. But the cotton should be dipped in which of the following? Should we dip it in an antiseptic solution or water? Yes, we should dip the cotton in an antiseptic solution. Alright, and then we should wipe the minor cut with this antiseptic lotion. Alright children, so antiseptic lotion is the correct answer. Now the next one. Tongs should be used while holding dash things. Yes children, we should use tongs while holding what kind of things? Hot or wet things? Do we need tongs to hold wet things or cold things? Yes children, what will be the answer? Yes, tongs should be used while holding hot things, not wet things or the cold things. Alright children, so always remember this, and if there are no tongs available for holding hot things, so you can use thick towel also. Alright children? But do not hold hot things with the bare hands. Now the next one. We should follow dash rules to avoid the accidents. So, should we follow the safety rules or the risky rules to avoid the accidents? Yes, we should follow safety rules to avoid the accidents. Alright? If you will not follow safety rules, then you might met an accident and you may get severely injured. Alright children, so always obey the traffic rules and follow safety rules to avoid the accidents. Now the next one, the full form of ORS is dash. So what is it full form? Yes children. Is it oral rehydration solution or oral reserve system? What will be the answer? Yes. The full form of ORS is oral rehydration solution. Alright children. So children, do you know that for what ORS is used? Yes, we studied about it. We use ORS solution when we are suffering from diarrhea, right? So this solution is used when we are suffering from diarrhea. Alright, so this solution will heal us faster. Alright children, so the full form of ORS is oral rehydration solution. So always remember this. Now we will move on to the next activity, that is multiple choice questions. So children, I'll read the question for you and you have to guess the correct answer from the given options. Either it will be A or B or it can be C also. Alright, when it is available. Alright, so we'll start with this activity. Yes, the first one is we dash play on road. So is it A should not or B should? What will be the correct answer? Should we play on the road or should we not play on the road? Yes, we should not play on the road. So A is the correct answer. We should not play on the road, otherwise we may get injured when we will meet an accident with any car or any vehicle, right? So always remember that we should not play on road. Now the next one, we should dash follow traffic rules. So what will be the answer? Is it A always or B never? What should we do? Should we obey the traffic rules or not? Yes, we should always follow the traffic rules. So A is the correct answer. Now the next one, we should keep the floor dash. So, should we keep the floor clean or dirty? What should we do? Yes, we should always keep the floor clean. So, A is the correct answer, right? We should always keep the floor clean to avoid the germs. Now the next one. We should keep the bathroom floors dash when the bathroom is not in use. So should we keep it dry or should we keep it wet? What will be the answer? Should we keep the bathroom floors dry or wet when the bathroom is not in use? Yes, we should keep the bathroom floors dry when the bathroom is not in use. So A is the correct answer. And why should we keep the bathroom floors dry? Yes, to avoid slipping, right? Otherwise we may slip or we may fall. Now the next one. You should cross the road only at dash. So, where should you cross the road? Is it A, zebra crossings, or B, giraffe crossings? Yes, children. Where should you cross the road? Yes, you should cross the road only at zebra crossings. So, A is the correct answer. There is no such giraffe crossings available, right? So it is zebra crossings. Now the next one. You should always use dash when the road is busy. So what should we use when the road is busy? Is it A, subway, or B, midway? Yes, children. When the road is busy, you should always use subway. So A is the correct answer. Right. Now the next one. First look at your dash side before crossing the road. So where should you look first? At which side you should look? Should you look at the right side or left side? Yes. First look at your right side before crossing the road. So A is the correct answer. Children, always remember that while crossing the road, first you should look at your right side, then you should look at your left side, then again on the right side, and then cross the road. Alright, children? So always remember this. This is one of the safety rule to avoid the accident. Now the next one. You should never stick out your head from a dash vehicle. So, is it A, still, or B, moving? What will be the correct answer? Yes, children, try to recall. We studied about all the safety rules. Yes, you should never stick out your head from the moving vehicle. So B is the correct answer. Alright, children, now the next one. You should always wash the wound or the cut with dash first to remove dirt. So what will be the answer? See the options. Is it A, water, or B, milk, or C, honey? What should you use first to remove dirt? Yes, you should use water first to remove dirt from the wound or the cut. So A is the correct answer. Now the next one. Always call a dash if the person is injured. Right? So whom should you call first when the person is injured? Is it A, doctor, or B, painter, or C, scientist? Who can cure an injured person? Yes, you should always call a doctor if the person is injured. So A is the correct answer. Alright, children, so I hope that you are clear with this activity. Now we will move on to the next activity, that is give one word for the following. Alright, children, so we'll start with this activity. Read the sentence carefully and try to guess the correct answer in just one word. Alright, so we'll start with the first one. The immediate help given to an injured person before proper medical help arrives. So, what is this immediate help given to an injured person called as? Yes, it is called as first aid. Alright children, if you see any injured person, then before proper medical help arrives, you should provide that injured person with the first aid, right? And you must be knowing that what the first aid box consists of. Yes, the first aid box consists of an antiseptic lotion, then band-aid, crepe bandage, sterilized gauze, pair of scissors, cotton pads, methylated strip, right? So, you should always remember that you should give first aid, that is immediate help, to an injured person to make something completely clean and free of germs. What it is called as? What is the term given to this sentence? To make something completely clean and free of germs is termed as sterilize. Yes, S-T-E-R-I-L-I-Z-E, sterilize. Alright children, now the next one. The thin cotton cloth which is used for covering wounds. What it is called as? What is the thin cotton cloth used for covering wounds called as? Yes, it starts from the letter G. Guess the answer? Yes, it is called as gauze. Gauze is the thin cotton cloth which is used for covering wounds. Alright children, now the next one. A narrow bridge used only by people who are walking. So what is that narrow bridge called as, which is used only by people who are walking? Yes, it is called as footbridge. Alright children, so always remember that to cross the busy roads you can use zebra crossings, or if the road is very much busy then you can use subway or the footbridge. Alright, now the next one. A voluntary organization that helps and takes care of the people during emergencies. Yes children, what is the name of that voluntary organization which we studied in the lesson of the safety and first aid? Yes children, it starts from the letter I. It is called as Indian Red Cross Society. Alright children, I hope you remember this. Try to recall that Indian Red Cross Society is a voluntary organization that helps and takes care of the people during emergencies or even during crisis like a war, natural calamities or terrorist attacks, right? So you should always remember this. Okay children, so I hope that you are clear with this activity. Now we'll move on to the next activity, that is mark a tick or cross. So children, I'll read the sentence for you and you have to guess whether the statement given is correct or incorrect. So we'll mark a tick for the correct statement and cross for the incorrect statement. Alright, so let's start. It is safe to keep soap bars on the bathroom floor. Oh, so is this the correct statement? Should we keep soap bars on the bathroom floor? No, This is incorrect. We will mark a cross because keeping soap bars on the bathroom floors can make the floor slippery, and it is not safe for us to keep the soap bar on the bathroom floor. It will make the floor slippery and we may fall on the bathroom floor. Alright, and it may cause severe injury. Alright, now the next one. Touching plugs and switches with wet hands may give us an electric shock. Yes, children, is this the correct one or the incorrect one? Do we get an electric shock by touching the plugs and switches with wet hands? Yes, this is the correct statement. We should never touch plugs and switches with wet hands. Otherwise, we may get an electric shock. Alright, now the next one. Kitchen floor should be kept clean and dry. Is this the correct statement? Yes, this is the correct statement. We should keep the kitchen floor clean and dry. Alright, now the next one. Scissors should not be kept in a first aid box. Is this the correct statement? Should we keep the scissors in the first aid box, or should we not keep the scissors in the first aid box? Yes, children, we discussed about this just before a minute, that what things should be kept in the first aid box. Yes, children, this is the wrong statement. We should keep scissors in a first aid box because we need a pair of scissors for cutting the crepe bandage, or also we can use it for cutting gauze, which is a thin cotton cloth. Alright, so we should always carry the pair of scissors in the first aid box. Alright, children, now the next one. Following safety rules avoids accidents. So, is this the correct one? Should we follow the safety rules, or should we disobey the traffic rules and the safety rules? Yes, we should always follow safety rules. We should always obey our parents and also our teachers for what they teach us, right? And we should always follow safety rules to avoid accidents. So this is the correct statement. Now the next one. The type of first aid to be given depends on the type of injury. So, does it depend upon the type of injury? The type of first aid should be given to the person which is injured, right? So the person who is injured or who has got injured, it depends upon its injury that the type of first aid we will be giving them, right? So is this the correct statement? Yes. So this is the correct statement. The type of first aid to be given depends upon the person's type of injury, right? Now the next one. We should always keep pan handles turned away from the edge of the cooking counter. So is this the correct statement? Should we keep the pan handles turned away from the edge of the cooking counter? Yes, this is the correct one. We should always keep our pan handles away from the edge of the cooking counter, otherwise we may get hurt by it. Alright, now the next one. Never make a queue while boarding a bus. Is this the correct one? Should we never make a queue while boarding a bus? No, this is the incorrect one. we should always make a queue while boarding bus. Otherwise, we may hurt somebody else and someone else may get injured, or we itself can be injured by this. Alright, so always make a queue while boarding a bus. Alright children, so I hope that you enjoyed the quiz session and learned about safety and the first aid. So we will meet in the next session. Alright children, till then keep learning, keep thinking. Thank you.